Hey guys, Beast again from Geek Guys. I have been using this Mi 11X for the past 3 weeks and I have some thoughts about it, and here is the full review from my side with all the pros and cons that I have faced with this device, and what I want to do with this device, and also describing who should buy this product. So let's get started with the review. So coming on to the first thing that you see about this device, the display. On paper the display is really great because it has 120Hz and it is a 1080p OLED display. So it means that you get inky blacks and the contrast ratio is really great. And the panel itself is really great because it is made from Samsung. Samsung का ये E4 panel है, so ये काफ़ी अच्छा जिसे बोलते हैं quality का panel है. But the thing about is that it is not dynamic in terms of refresh rate, so it like comes with two standard refresh rates, so 120Hz, 90 और 60. 60 से नीचे ये पैनल जो है वो refresh rate में नहीं जाता है, so that is one of the biggest bummers for me because the display on it chews through your battery. अगर आपकी refresh rate जो है वो 120Hz है, then it will like eat your battery up in like I think so 18-20 hours का आपको जो है बैकअप मिलेगा if you are using this device extensively. And the Snapdragon 870, which is an overclocked version of 865 plus, also like comes to this part and also helps to that cause. The performance part of it I will tell you in the later part of the video. The panel is okay, but the software that is controlling it, I don't think so that it is adequate enough. Because अगर आप काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें अगर आप देखते हो, if it is on always on display and it is running 120Hz, the always on display is 120Hz. Because on the developer options अगर आप जाते हो वहाँ आपको एक show frame rate का option आता है. So I have checked it out. The refresh rate of the always on display is on 120Hz. I don't know why it is on 120Hz. If even it is on 1Hz, it will be just fine because it is a static picture. And causing other problems is अगर आप MI का अपना file explorer use करते हो, it goes to 60Hz. You are using YouTube, it goes to 60Hz. I don't know why it is doing that. If you open the recent pane, it will go to 90Hz. I don't know if anyone wants a fluid experience in the recent apps and not in the apps, because YouTube और File Explorer में जैसे मैंने आपको बताया it runs in 60Hz, so वो भी एक काफ़ी अजीब सा bug है. I don't know if it is a bug or it is like their MIUI optimization. So that is one of the biggest things that this phone has. The MSP of this device is 120Hz OLED display, not the processor, because there are devices which come with a great horsepower at that price. Pocophone F3 GT is one of the device that has I think so more punch in terms of CPU than this, because that has the ARM Cortex A78 based cores और ये A77 based cores हैं और वो 6 nanometer का processor है, but this is on 7 nanometer. So yeah, and by today's standard it has 6GB of RAM, which is really not great, and over that MI की जो optimization है वो काफ़ी aggressive है, so RAM optimization उनकी काफ़ी aggressive है. And adding to the fire, the MIUI has serious bugs in it. I have encountered like 10 bugs that like drive me crazy. सबसे बड़ा bug जो है इसका वो है proximity sensor, but that I don't think so is a MIUI bug. If you are talking to anyone, the screen will light up, it will like put the call on hold or dial another number or do anything that is like physically possible by like touching against your cheek. If you take a like lot of calls, this device ain't for you. I never took like long calls on this. It was like always short calls because I'm not that much of a calling person. So yeah, definitely I was frustrated by it. I can like imagine how immensely person can be frustrated if I have to use this device in a long run for like multiple long calls. So yeah, that is also the thing that you have to keep in mind. Other thing, there is a punch hole camera, and the same as the iQOO 3, it has a ring around it. Coming on to the back of it, it has a triple camera. So यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पर main जो है इसका 48 megapixel का camera है, that is a Sony sensor, and then it is a 8 megapixel that is a wide camera, and then there is a 5 megapixel tele macro. So ये जो device है, if you are going straight for the camera quality, it is average, and I don't think so that this excels in camera at any point, but the photographs that I took from it were really great. So I'll give you samples. You can see that the colors sometimes are really great, but I don't think so that the color science is really great always. So yeah, it depends on the situation, and in under good lighting it is really, I think so, acceptable, and it is sometimes really great. But I don't think so that it is like a camera champion at any point. So guys, this is the video recording and it is recording with the internal microphone. ये जो है 1080p 60 fps तक max record कर सकता है on the front camera, and I think so the sensor as well as the hardware is more than capable of 4K 60 fps in the front as well as back. But back जो है 4K 30 पे capped out है, और जो front वाला camera है वो 1080p 60 पे capped out है. So this is the 4K the 1080p 60, and the back is the next recording will be the 4K 30 fps. So this is the 4K 30 fps of the back sensor, जो इसका 48 मेगापिक्सल का सोनी का सेंसर है, and this is the main sensor, primary sensor जो है, and it can only shoot 1080p 30 fps from the ultra wide, and the 2x tele macro that is capable of shooting at 4K 30 fps. I don't know why, because it is, I think so, 8 megapixel. So definitely this is a very mediocre camera experience, and as well as the fingerprint scanner, though it is very fast, but if there is a little moisture on your hand it will not work. The proximity sensor, it is a hardware issue on this device, and Xiaomi has abandoned the seller जो इस proximity sensor को sell करता है. अब Xiaomi जो है वो किसी और vendor से proximity sensors buy करेगी. They have said कि एक OTA update से ये hopefully they can like fix it or something, but we have to see that how it will be like done in the future. Other than that, it is great, but I don't think so that it is the perfect phone for everyone, especially the 870s heating here, and there is a weird tint. The half part of the display on the right side, there is a tint. I don't know, almost like iQOO 3 I had, it also had a tint. This also has a tint. And the ultra wide, which is 8 megapixel, it is low on megapixel count, so I think so that it always leaves you desiring for more. So yeah, definitely the ultra wide is not here for like good reasons. It is only for show that you have an extra camera. And the 5 megapixel tele macro is also like okay. It is not that you will click photos with that, it is more that you will use the 48 megapixel and then punch in, so that will result in more better photographs than the like 5 megapixel camera that is like very mediocre. So the battery management on this was really awful. When I got this device, it was at 60 hertz, it was not at 120 hertz, and I don't know, I like done the battery optimization. It turned off the 120 hertz and also the always on display. So I was using it, I didn't notice it because I have the LG G8X that has like 60 hertz display, and the iQOO 3 that also has a 60 hertz display. So I was playing with all three devices to like have a general experience of what the display is. So I didn't even notice that it was running on 60 hertz. But the battery was draining really fast because of the MIUI bugs. I don't know, there was an app that I don't even remember, it was chewing my battery up to like a point that it was frustrating that I didn't even know what it was doing. And then I debloated my device, and that made a world of a difference, because MIUI जो है अपने एंड से काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें जो है इसमें लोड करके देता है, and most of them are not even useful. The weather app, I have deleted it, and it does not even open. If I tap the weather app, it will not open because I have deleted it. Most of the things that I would have never used, I have deleted it. I debloated the device, and it is highly recommended. My friend bought the Mi 11X as well with me, so I also suggested him, and he also had like a cup, I think so, 1 gigabyte free, and his battery life was exponentially increased. I think so that debloating it will eventually like give you 1 to 1.5 hours of extra battery life and additional storage space on your device. So it is definitely, you should do if you have a MIUI device. So logging into the device is really great. There is face unlock that works flawlessly, and it has an iOS like feel in which it will not show you the notification unless until your face is recognized. And the fingerprint scanner is like really great. It is really amazing. This is the one of the best things that I have encountered with this device, because even if you accidentally like tapped it, it will unlock. It is blazingly fast, to the point that I have disabled, like it is passive now, so I have to like press the button, then it will unlock. So it was so fast that I have to like disable it because it was really fast. Even I was picking my phone. The natural position of the thumb resting is here, so it was unlocking my device regardless of if I wanted or not. So yeah, it is a really great sensor and it like is really responsive. So now talking about the audio aspect of this, so इसमें proper stereo speakers हैं and the stereo speakers are really loud, and it is comparative to the audio of my LG G8X, which I really love. I complained about the LG G8X being a rattly phone because of like so much amount of volume that it was pushing, and the same case is with this Mi 11X. But the device, how it is configured, it vibrates like really weirdly, to the point if you are like listening music and browsing the web or doing anything else, it will like hurt your hand. It like feels really weird in the hand after like some time if you are playing music at the full tilt, because this bottom speaker and the top speaker are really great, and I think so that it is one of the device that in the budget segment at least, that provides a true stereo experience, because it has, I think so, 45% of the audio comes from the top and 55% comes in the bottom. Bottom one is the main, but really the front one, you can see that there are holes on the top, so the audio experience is really great, but it like rattles very weirdly. So yeah, it gives you like a weird hand sensation. So I think so that it is one of the like biggest challenges for me to accept this phone because of this rattling issue, and as well as it is really great in audio. So yeah, I also love that. And the material used in this device, the front and back, are both Corning Gorilla Glass, but the edges, it is made out of plastic. So the chassis of this device is made out of plastic. I don't hate plastic or anything. I usually like put a skin, so this is like a yellow carbon fiber skin that I have put on it, and I usually use a case with it. So yeah, I am fine with it having a plastic device, because I am more into like how much phone that I can get for the least amount of price. And definitely this has some things that is like really hard to find at this price point, and compromising in that aspect, I think so it is great. I see that some people are having issues with it, but I am not that person that is having like a problem with the build quality, because even if my G8X is built like a really premium phone, and I have like really held it like without a case. And another thing, usually जो OLED display वाले phones होते हैं, इसमें आपको एक dark mode मिलेगा to save the battery life, because the dark background, because it is a OLED display, so in the longer run it will save that battery if the dark mode is enabled. But the dark mode here in the MIUI is really aggressive, to the point when I opened Netflix, there was no search option because it has like blacked it out. So when I opened Netflix, I was so shocked that I was seeing that has it been updated or something, or it is like having a different layout in this device. But actually there was the search option on the top, but it was not showing. I used Amazon Music, it was weird. I used multiple apps, they were like really weird, and it is aggressive in the sense that it will work like really good on some apps and it will like really drive you crazy on the others. So you have to definitely go into the settings and then turn off the like dark mode for that specific app. I will show you how much apps I have like turned it off. So yeah, as you can see, the Mi Store, their own app does not work well with it. Amazon, Instagram, YouTube Studio, Flipkart, Amazon Music, WhatsApp, Nextcloud, Truecaller, like the list goes on. I have like deliberately gone into the settings and turned them off because it was so aggressive and was hiding some of the things. So definitely if you are a dark mode fan, this is going to be some of an effort to like turn off some of the dark modes in some of the apps. But yeah, definitely it is somewhere, it is like really great in darking out the things, but it is over aggressive. Now talking about the performance of this device has a 870 in it, which means you should have blazing fast performance. And the performance is not one of the aspect that I was really relying on, because the 855, I have the 845 even, and the 865, they work just like a real beast. And this I was not expecting to like do wonders, because I have already used the 865 in my iQOO 3, and 870 is just a higher clocked version of that. It is not like a new chip or something, but this device heats. It really heats. I'm not saying that it becomes warm or something. The iQOO 3 becomes warm. It heats. It actually like it is untouchable at like some spots. So definitely I was using it in a like air conditioned room. I was playing PUBG and it was really heating, and to the point where I was thinking that is there a bug, or it is like doing something in the background that I am like not able to see in the foreground. But yeah, definitely this has some serious heating issues. So when I used 855, it was fine with playing games, but whenever I like turned on recording, it was being a little choppy, and the recording was also being choppy. So when I upgraded to 865, it was buttery smooth, and the recording was not even taking a hitch. So I think so that upgrading to a 870 would have like solved that problem also, and would have like heated less. But definitely the clock speeds that have been like boosted on this device really hurts this device, and it downclocks really fast. If you run a benchmark like multiple times, you will see what I am like talking about. And definitely in the day-to-day task, it is really great, but it has some glitches. I was playing Clash Royale and it really stutters. This is a device that is like to 2021, dude. This is a 2021 device, and I've played that game on a Micromax Spark. That was, I think so, that was the device with the MediaTek SoC. That was a 4-core chip that didn't stutter, but it was stuttering. So definitely there are some stutters in this device, and I really never expected to have those stutters even with a beast of a 870 chip inside it. So as this device has a plastic body, the signal reception on this is really great. Regardless of what the connection you are using, if you are using a SIM, the connection will be great. If you are using a Wi-Fi, it will be great. Even my 5 GHz band on this really works out to like really amazing speeds, and even the range is really great. I'll like go to the far end of my house and it will like not drop the Wi-Fi signal, and even my like the G8X, it can drop the signal sometimes because it has a metal frame and a glass design. So yeah, definitely that plastic body also has some quirks. So I think so it is a really sizable battery of like 4500 mAh, and the charging, it uses this 33 watt charger. I thought it would be not that fast because I use the iQOO with has a like 55 watt charger that is like really insane. But yeah, it also has a split battery technology, and it is like 33 watts, and it really juiced up the device really quickly, to the point I think so it was like only how much far behind? It will be like only like 20-30 minutes behind the iQOO in like topping up this device. So I definitely think so that MI has done really good in terms of optimization, using really I think so how much, 23 watts less than the iQOO, and charging at relatively very quick speeds. So definitely the charging speed on this is really great. So there is also one like abominable bug on this MIUI. Whenever I'm playing music, it will like play, and the notification, it will like disappear. You have to open the app, even if like your phone is locked. On the lock screen there will be no notification of the player. Then you have to open the app, then pause the music. It makes that noises, and there is really no notification up top. Like changing the song, see, I don't know why it does it. I want my songs to be playing like not with a glitch or something, but it always glitches out, and it will always give you a notification, to the point where I was like disabling the notification volume, and then I missed a couple of important notifications that I wanted. And yeah, definitely it drove me crazy, to the point where I was searching for rooms, and this phone has got official Lineage OS, and by the time this video goes live, I think so this will be like a week or so old with the Lineage OS, because I am a Lineage OS fan in like any aspect that you can think of. I've been using it for like past 5-6 years, and I've also used a CyanogenMod mod that it was called earlier. So yeah, I am definitely a fan of stock Android experience, and as well as you will like lose your warranty. So yeah, that is also the point, that you should make sure that you are doing it on your risk, because it will definitely avoid your warranty. So definitely you have to take that risk. But the amount of satisfaction or battery life जो आपको मिलने वाली है with that Lineage OS, it is going to be great, and you will not regret it. Other than that, I don't think so that I have any issues for it, but I think so that it is one of the devices that I wanted to love immensely, but I don't think so that I am loving it after using it for quite a while. And definitely it has some quirks, but I can live with that quirks if that MI will improve it, but I'm not waiting for it. So I'm definitely jumping onto the Lineage OS bus. And the point, there is also not a headphone jack, and it is irritating to carry a dongle. That is also one of the things that is like really frustrating for me. Bluetooth range on this device is really great. I've used like Edifier, I've used my AKG headphones, and if you are a calling type of person, definitely do not pick this device because this has a manufacturing defect or a defect on this like a proximity sensor, and it will ruin up your days, not a day, days. It is like really crazy how much it can annoy you. I have taken small calls and I was annoyed. Long calls will be a nightmare of a sort. But yeah, definitely that will wrap up my review of this. This device was really great on paper, but the software experience on this was really what I like never thought of, because I have used MIUI for the past, for like I think so 7-8 years. I have used it in the like Mi 3. That was the first device that released in India. I used that device also. So definitely that is one of the biggest issues that is coming to now on the surface with the MIUI, the issues that it has, because there is a lot of devices and it needs a proper developer team to test it out and remove those bugs. And I don't think so this is one of their like premium devices, and I definitely think so that they should improve it. But yeah, going on that factor that they will improve, that is not the way that I will ever recommend a product, because I will always recommend a product on what it is actually now and not going to the future what it will become. So guys, that was it for this review. I really wanted to love this device, but this is one of the device that I don't think so that I will like ever use it as a primary device, because it has a lot of bugs. After a Lineage OS refresh, I will give like another refresh of this device. But on MIUI, I don't think so it is a tolerable device. I am saying it again because I wanted to love this device, but I was disappointed, really disappointed by this device. So guys, that wraps up my video. This has been Beast from Geek guys, and hope you enjoyed this video. अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो, please make sure to like this video and also consider subscribing to my channel. This has been Beast from Geek guys, and hope to see you in my next video. Thank you guys.